In the decades before 1947, the Asiatic lion reached a critical breaking point. Driven by trophy hunting and habitat loss, the entire wild population was reduced to just 50 individuals surviving in the Gir forests. This chart shows how that population has recovered since 1990. The orange bars track a consistent upward trend, leading to the 674 lions recorded in the 2020 census. It represents one of the most significant recoveries for a large carnivore ever documented. However, the orange line graph reveals a growing spatial crisis. While the Gir protected core is only 250 square kilometers, the expanding lion population now occupies 30,000 square kilometers. They have spilled out of their sanctuary and into the surrounding human landscape. The success of the recovery has created a new reality. The Asiatic lion has effectively outgrown the only space designated for its protection. Today, lions are frequently recorded moving through farmlands, navigating across highways, and living near human settlements. This constant proximity makes human-wildlife conflict an unavoidable part of the landscape. This heat map visualizes the scale of that friction. The red and yellow clusters mark high-intensity zones of livestock predation. These clusters are distributed far beyond the Gir protected area, showing frequent conflict happens in unprotected, human-occupied zones. Beyond the physical space, a genetic risk persists. Because the current population grew from those 50 survivors, they share a very narrow genetic profile. Genetic diversity is the biological mechanism that provides immunity against disease. In a population with low diversity, the animals lack the varied immune responses needed to survive a major outbreak. Because 674 lions are concentrated in one region and share the same genetic weaknesses, a single pathogen could spread through the entire wild population. Currently, there are no biological or geographic backups to prevent total extinction. Maintaining hundreds of genetically uniform lions in a single, overcrowded region is unstable. Without geographic separation, a single event could erase decades of progress. Project Lion was developed as a comprehensive strategy to address these risks. It is a long-term plan to manage the space, health, and genetics of the population as a single, connected system. The first objective is to quadruple the inviolate, or human-free, space within the Gir ecosystem. The goal is to establish a core habitat of 1,000 square kilometers where lions can exist without human interaction. This expansion requires complex social planning. The government provides voluntary relocation packages to the Muldauri herding communities living inside the forest, offering incentives to move to areas outside the protected core. Removing human activity and livestock from these zones allows the natural vegetation and wild prey to regenerate. This creates an environment where the ecosystem can support more lions naturally. In this modern context, wildlife conservation is as much about human social policy and land management as it is about biology. The second pillar of the project is the creation of a meta-population. This strategy aims to decentralize the risk of extinction by establishing multiple, distinct satellite populations across different regions. The map identifies several relocation sites far beyond Gir. Barda in Gujarat and Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh are designated as new territories to host free-ranging lion populations. These satellite sites provide a safeguard. If a disease or natural disaster strikes the main population in Gujarat, the geographically separated groups remain protected, ensuring the species survives. Managing this network involves high-tech monitoring, including 24-hour radio collar tracking and the use of Program Lion software to monitor the health and movement of individual animals across different states. The objective is to spread the population across the landscape, using geographic distance to lower the mathematical probability of a total extinction event. Success in conservation is measured in tiers. Keeping an animal alive in a zoo or a small fenced reserve provides a biological safety net, but it is the lowest level of achievement. This hierarchy shows the different levels of conservation success. The bottom represents survival through captive breeding, while the middle tiers focus on managed relic populations. The ultimate goal is the top tier, a free-ranging population with space to perform its natural apex predator role. A species must also retain its evolutionary potential. This means having the genetic diversity and environmental freedom to continue adapting to natural changes over thousands of years. This scientific mission relies on the cultural tolerance of the people in Saurashtra, who have a long history of living alongside these animals. It is an effort to maintain an ecosystem that functions as nature intended. Project Lion provides the scientific and geographic blueprint to transition from emergency rescue to long-term stability. It is a plan to ensure the Asiatic lion remains a self-sustaining and functional part of the wild.